Biden's mental decline. That cover-up was absolutely hideous and disgusting. And then at the same time, look, I hear what you're saying, Lindy. The idea that you should pick the vice president based on their skin color is unacceptable. Unacceptable under any context.
But if we played that game, my whole point is if you were going to play race baiting and all that identity politics, there were brilliant people that were black.
No, I agree. I agree.
Dude, see, this is disturbing to me. The level of racism here where they're arguing like Kamala Harris wasn't a qualified enough black woman. But like, dude, do these fucking idiot women on this show do they not remember how amazing Kamala Harris was? Just destroying people in the fucking Senate? Like, seriously, Kamala Harris was deadly in the Senate, dude. She was so good. She was so good, so feisty and powerful. Like, she's always been I don't know. She's always been somebody that has had quite an impact and had significant national name recognition. Well, I mean, think about this, though. How crazy racist is it that a bunch of white women on a fucking conservative talk show are sitting here debating the credibility of like who would have been the most qualified black person for Joe Biden to pick, because they're also just making the assumption that, oh, it was going to just be any black person. It's like so crazy. But I don't know. I thought Kamala Harris was actually good. Like, considering that Biden was running against Donald Trump. I mean, think about this, guys. He's running against Donald Trump. Running against Donald Trump with a fucking prosecutor felt like a good move to me, right? The Attorney General of California, the prosecutor, the district attorney of San Francisco. You know what I mean? I don't know. I wasn't surprised by the choice at all when Joe Biden did it, right?
Look, I hear what you're saying, Lindy. The idea that you should pick the vice president based on their skin color is unacceptable. Unacceptable under
But see, why are they saying that is what happened, right?
Any context.
But if we played that game, my whole point is if you were going to play race baiting and all that identity politics, there were brilliant people that were black.
I agree.
You could have postured and virtue signaled with a person who was excellent and just so happened to be of color if you were trying to exploit that.
Right.
Dude, now, why do they hate Kamala Harris so much? Like, what is it? What is it about these women? Dude, there's no proof in that argument, right? There's no fucking proof in that argument. But they're just, they're trying to make the Democrats be the race baiters. But, dude, why do they hate? Like, what is their irrational hatred for Kamala Harris? I don't understand why. It's like they have a specific thing about Kamala Harris that it just is like under their skin. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Dude, it's like, why did they do that?
She is a bumbling, I'm sorry, a moron. I gave it up to AOC, guys. This is completely, impartial. She cannot put a sentence together. And to throw out the other leading candidates, I want to hear your thoughts. You've got Pritzker, we talked about. AOC, we talked about. Harris is in the lead. Then 𝗏𝗏. Okay, come on. This in the Oval Office. It ended for me.
Yeah, dude, well, first off, what's funny about these women is when they're like 𝗏𝗏 with the paper up and they're like, oh my God, like, but dude, none of these idiots are voting for anyone in the Democratic Party again. You know what I'm saying? None of these people, right? Like, what are they even talking about? Although I will agree with the 𝗏𝗏 thing. With the paper, you know what I'm saying? With the paper holding it up in front of her, I think she killed her chances of having a deep campaign. The thing about this, the thing about Kamala Harris, what you guys have to understand, okay, is the low IQ thing is like, it's a pretty classic combination of woman and people of color trope. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there is a common trope to simply say women aren't very smart. You'll see it every day, right? Go watch any Republican senator talk about AOC. Like a classic example. Let me pull one up. We're going to pull up fucking John Kennedy, the crackhead guy from Louisiana. Okay? And watch him. Dude, yeah, there's a black trope and there's a woman trope. But watch John Kennedy talk about AOC. Just watch him.
I consider Congresswoman 𝗙𝗍𝗍 to be the leader of the Democratic Party. I think she's the reason there are directions on a shampoo bottle. Our plan for dealing with her is called Operation Let Her Speak.
Did you hear that? She's the reason they put directions on a shampoo bottle. So again, his thing is like she is so unintelligent. But dude, we all know that AOC is like wickedly fucking smart, right? She's also a woman of color. Okay, now there are a couple tropes. Okay, there's tropes about women, that women just aren't smart. There's tropes about people of color, that they're lower IQ, some eugenics type shit and shit that was very active during enslavement and like Jim Crow. Women of color get that though often, that they're low IQ, that they're not smart. And then the other thing they get is they often get described as combative. Okay, if they're forceful and if they're gritty and they mean business and hold nothing back, they will get called combative and aggressive, and they're constantly being challenged as like, whoa, you need to calm down. Anytime they behave like behavior that men can get away with all fucking day long. And even white women can get away with it. Yeah, dude, Jasmine Crockett gets it a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it is the trope of the angry black woman. It's huge. It was the reason why they got rid of Joanne Hardesty in the Portland City Council race, right? She got painted as the, you know, the angry, aggressive, combative black woman. But dude, she was just a fighter. She was just a fighter who wouldn't back down. But yeah, it's pretty common, that trope.
When she did that, can you find that for me, Nat? I don't even know what happened. She's in the Oval Office with Trump, and she decides that
she didn't expect to be in there, so she didn't plan ahead. So she had to explain to her base why she was in there. So the first instinct is, let me cover my face. Maybe they won't notice me.
That
was where she went.
Are you 2 years old?
Weak. Yeah.
And so pathetic.
Yep,
it is.
It ended any chance of me having an ounce of respect to even entertain her as an option.
Dude, these women wouldn't entertain anyone. What is she talking about? Fuck you, Jillian Michaels. You're a fucking grifter and a fraud, and you're not going to entertain anyone with anything. You are just going to slam everyone here. But one thing we do know, Jillian Michaels, is you'll never be running for president, right? You'll never be a governor of anything. No, you're going to be sitting on PBD's little poorly audioed, like cheap ass fucking stage, right? Fucking swilling cheap gin and hurling insults at women that are accomplishing way more in the public sphere than you are capable of.
In 2028. But thoughts on her before I move on to the next clip?
Well, let me say something about her doing the, covering her face because she didn't want to be pictured with Trump. The Democratic Party created the monster that they're now running from, and that monster was created by constantly fear-mongering about Trump and his administration, doing so incessantly to the point where, like, there are voters in this country who view him as a figure similar to Hitler.
Yes.
Yeah, he is similar to Hitler. He is similar to Hitler. He absolutely is similar to Hitler. I mean, my God, dude, they want to suspend habeas corpus. Now, there's no invasion. There's nothing happening. They want to suspend habeas corpus. They've sent people who've committed no crimes to an El Salvadorian prison for fucking life. Okay? They have militarized groups of people like what we saw in Worcester, Mass, running around like tackling people on the ground and shit. People with no fucking identification coming up and just grabbing citizens or people that are here legally and putting them in vans and whisking them off to fucking a different state, to detention camps. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? He's gutted all the agencies. He's passing executive orders and threatening colleges and states and individuals and law firms. Like, give me a fucking break, okay? For you to not acknowledge that, don't fucking gaslight us. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, what is she wearing? She's wearing a fucking doily. She is, dude. She is wearing a doily like she always does. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.